Let me tell you something that almost nobody has bothered to explain to you properly. For over 6 months now, 10 of the most prescribed medications in America have been quietly cheaper, some of them by more than half, because for the first time in its entire history, Medicare was allowed to sit across the table from the drug companies and negotiate prices. Those new prices went live on January 1st of this year. Blood thinners, diabetes medications, insulin, heart failure drugs, arthritis injections. Roughly 9 million people on Medicare take at least one drug on this list. And here is the part that should bother you. Millions of them still have no idea the price changed. They're handing over the same worry at the pharmacy counter they always have, because nobody mailed them a letter that said, "By the way, your medication got cheaper." So today, I'm reading you the entire list, one drug at a time, with the old price and the new one. Stay with me, because if you or someone you love takes even one of these, this video pays for itself in the first 5 minutes. Here's how this is going to go. I'll go through all 10 medications, what each one treats, and what happened to the price. Then I'll give you the honest part most channels skip, what these new prices actually mean for what you pay at the counter, because it's not the same for everyone. I'll give you the exact one-sentence question to ask your pharmacist this week, and I'm saving something big for last. This was only round 1. There's a second list, 15 more drugs, already negotiated, with new prices landing next year, and it includes some of the most famous medications in America. Stick around for that. Quick word on who's talking. What I do on this channel is read the official rules, calendars, and price lists the government publishes and never explains, and translate them into plain words. I'm not selling anything, and every price today comes from the official Medicare negotiation list. Fair enough. Now, the question you're already asking, if my medication got cheaper in January, why has nobody told me? Same frustrating answer as always. There is no person whose job is to call you and say, "Good news, your Eliquis costs less now." The new prices switched on inside the system, silently. The people benefiting on autopilot are the ones whose plans pass the savings through, and the people still overpaying at cash prices, or never checking, are the ones nobody called. Today, that stops being you. Alright, the list. 10 drugs. Prices are the monthly negotiated prices versus what they listed at before, so I'll round them off, and your plan's numbers can differ. We'll get to that. Number 1, Eliquis, the blood thinner. This is the single most used drug on the entire list. Millions of seniors take it to prevent strokes and clots. The list price was around $600 a month. The new negotiated price, around $230, cut by more than half. Number 2, Xarelto, the other big blood thinner, from roughly $520 a month down to around $200. Number 3, Jardiance, for type 2 diabetes and heart failure, from about $570 down to under $200 a month. Number 4, Januvia, diabetes again. And this one took one of the biggest cuts on the whole list, from around $530 a month down to about $113. That's roughly 80% off. Number 5, Farxiga, diabetes, heart failure, and kidney disease, from about $560 down to under $180. Number 6, insulin, specifically Novolog and Fiasp, from nearly $500 a month down to around $120. And remember, on top of this, Medicare insulin copays were already capped at $35 a month. If anyone you know is still rationing insulin, that era is over. They just don't know it yet. Number 7, Entresto, the heart failure medication, from around $630 down to under $300. Number 8, Enbrel, the rheumatoid arthritis injection. This one was over $7,000 a month at list. New negotiated price, around $2,350. Number 9, Stelara, for psoriasis and Crohn's disease, from nearly $14,000 a month down to around $4,700. And number 10, Imbruvica, a blood cancer medication, from roughly $15,000 down to around $9,300 a month. Now, the honest part, because this is exactly where other channels let you down. Those negotiated prices are what the drug now costs inside the system. What you hand over at the counter depends on how your plan charges you. If your plan charges coinsurance, a percentage of the drug's cost, your share is now a percentage of a much smaller number and you're already saving. If you're early in the year paying toward your deductible, you're paying these lower prices directly. But if your plan charges a flat copay, say $47 for that tier no matter what, your counter price may look unchanged. Even then, hear this. Every dollar still counts toward this year's $2,100 out-of-pocket cap, and once you cross $2,100, your covered medications cost you $0 for the rest of the year. Lower drug prices plus a hard cap. That combination did not exist 3 years ago. It exists now, automatically, with no sign-up form. Let me put a face on this, because numbers don't land until you picture a person. Think of a woman. I'll call her Doris, 77 on Eliquis for 6 years after a stroke scare. Every refill, that drug sat on her budget like a stone. Some months she'd stretch the bottle a few extra days and just not mention it to her doctor. Doris had no idea a negotiation had even happened. Her granddaughter saw the list online, drove her to the pharmacy, and asked one question at the counter. The pharmacist ran it, and there it was. Doris's coinsurance had been quietly calculating off the new lower price since January. She'd been saving money for months without knowing it, and better yet, the math showed she'd crossed the $2,100 cap by early fall, meaning $0 refills for the rest of the year. Doris walked out lighter than she'd walked in for 6 years. Nothing about her prescription changed. Somebody just checked. Most people never get that somebody. So be that somebody for yourself this week. So here's your assignment, and it's one sentence at the pharmacy counter this week. My drug is on the Medicare negotiated list. Can you check what I'm paying versus the new price and whether a different plan would price it better? And here's the second move, because timing matters. Check the paperwork your plan already sends you. Every month after you fill a prescription, your plan mails or posts an explanation of benefits. Most people file it straight into the trash. Open the next one. It shows exactly what the drug cost, what you paid, and how close you are to the $2,100 cap. 2 minutes of reading tells you whether the new prices are reaching you or getting lost in your plan's fine print. And the third move, this fall, October 15th through December 7th, is the one window to switch drug plans for next year. If your plan is flat copay pricing you above what these drugs now cost, that window is where you fix it, and the free ship counselors in your state will compare plans with you at no charge. One afternoon, and the new prices start working for you instead of around you. One quick warning before the big finish, because thieves follow headlines. Nobody needs to call you to activate these new drug prices. There is no enrollment, no fee, no verification call, no gift card. The prices changed inside Medicare automatically on January 1st. Anyone on your phone offering early access to cheaper medication in exchange for your Medicare number or your bank details is stealing from you. Hang up, and if in doubt, call Medicare yourself at 1-800-633-4227. And now, the piece I saved for last. This was round 1. Round 2 is already done. The government has negotiated prices on 15 more drugs, and those prices switch on next year in 2027. And that list includes some of the most famous names in American medicine, including the blockbuster diabetes and weight loss medications everyone's been talking about, blood pressure drugs, asthma inhalers, and more. Millions more seniors are about to see the same quiet price drop, and just like this year, nobody is going to call them. That's what this channel is for. The moment those 2027 prices get close, I'll read you that entire list too, drug by drug, price by price. So let's land it. 10 medications, cuts from 38% all the way to nearly 80. 9 million people affected, and the ones saving the most are simply the ones who found out. You now have the list, the honest math, the one-sentence pharmacy question, and the fall window to make it stick. Do one thing for me. Share this with one person you love who takes a blood thinner, insulin, or a diabetes pill, because there is a very good chance their medication is on this list, and no one has said a word to them. You can be the one who does. Subscribe, turn on the bell so the round 2 list finds you, and I'll see you in the next one.